Well, morning or afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. And in today's video, we are going to be doing Wixo episode 6, aka What If Civilization Started Over, episode 6. And you know what? Let's just get right into it, shall we? I'm going to start off up here in the north. Oh god. With some, exploration over time, these couple of countries up here are going to go ahead and explore. I'm also going to turn on cities and capital cities, just why not? But we're going to start up here in the north, and we're mainly going to see along the coast here and the discovery of this island by, well, this like light teal nation here, in which we also see some more exploration up north and even more exploration out to the Chinese coastline here. But so yeah, we see some more exploration, more and more exploration along here, and we also see some more exploration from this country right here and this country here, this tribal area right here, into this area here, in which they encounter a tribe just here. And this tribe, oh, and also this tribe gets discovered as well. But these few tribes here are going to go ahead and basically just, well, this one's going to go ahead and split. Oh, God. Going to go ahead and split apart. Meanwhile, this one here is going to go ahead and work with this country right here to, just set up a sort of colony in a sense, in which we see slight colony like so. Of that country there. We also see this country over here making a like another colony just there. And let me just quickly fill that in. As we see some colonies being made along with this tribe, and whilst over here we are going to see a huge amount of expansion being for just starting off for this teal team here, taking over most of the Vietnamese and some of the Chinese area, and even that oh god. I need to check, what does water look like? Oh, that might be why. Right. Okay. So yeah, what we see is the complete colonization of that area. Huh. Ignoring water, ignoring the fact that the water is gone. Just gonna go ahead. Okay. Huh. Why is it doing that? I don't know. I'm trying to fill in this area here. That fills in all of that up there. Where is... you know what? I'm just gonna quickly go ahead, and I know this looks... Oh god. Looks pretty weird. But we just ignore that and focus. Right, so the blue country does not look like that, I promise you. The blue country looks like that. There you go. See, that's how it's gonna look. As we see the blue country, well, no, not the blue country, like the tealish country here, setting up some cities over here, and we also see some more cities up here in the north as, expansion creates this sort of area. And I've also got something else that I'm going to talk about as well once I finish making these cities, in which we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 9. We also see some cities around here. well. We also see some more cities sprouting up in the tribal area, a lot in this area here as well. And we even see 4 cities there, and 8 cities there. And there you have it, we have some colonies being set up by these guys over here, and we see the huge expansion of this tealish country right here. And now we're going to focus on this island right here. And also, before we do that, actually, I'm going to explain something here. Provinces, yeah. Ignoring these new areas here, every episode I will be making provinces on the province map. That definitely won't freaking cause me some issues. Because, oh. Freaking. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, we see the complete colonization of the area. There you go. Anyway, so yeah, that's that border sorted. Anyway, we're going to focus on this island over here, because we're going to see even more expansion from the pinkish team, and that is going to be the colonization of this area over here. We're also going to see the blue team here go ahead and make a huge sort of claim right there. We also see this one here, which these 3 countries don't have a capital city, so I'll sort that soon. But we see that as well. Also the flipping colonization of that, but we don't worry about that. We also see some slight expansion from this area, and I will make freaking what's it called? I will be making these guys capital cities in a second. It's these 2 here. But we're also going to see a huge amount of expansion being there. All of that goes to this country here. Whereas we see the teal country here, this light blue teal country, and the red country and the purple country kind of missing out on this opportunity. So what are these 3 countries going to go ahead and do? Well, first off, we're going to see the purple country landing in the coast over here. Probably just going through this island over here and taking over that area. We see the teal country going up north and taking over a huge area up here. Oh god. Huge area up here. And we see the red country as well going ahead and making a colony up here in the north. Nope. There you go. So these are the new territories of the colonies of these 3 major powers here. And speaking of these 3 major powers, we are going to see a war occur between 2 of these, well, one of these countries. Well, these countries are going to go to war with someone here, and we're going to see the blue country here go to war first up against none other than the purple team here, like the light purple team, pinkish team. And what we are going to see is almost like the immediate capture of... Oh, that is the exact same color. We kind of don't want that. Well, we'll take that color. Why not? But basically what we're going to see is almost the immediate capture of this this area here, these few provinces, as we see a landing down here in the south, and a landing in the capital city, also quickly invading them. And this time, instead of accidentally invading the purple team and getting wrecked again, they're going to go ahead and just immediately push straight through and effectively wipe out the area, I guess, the country. And what we see is a full... Hold up. As I was saying, we see the full annexation of freaking. Give me a second. Let me go around the border. We're going to see the full annexation of this country here, because this was an old territory of the Teal team. And the Teal team's pretty, like, colonizing kind of country. It wants colonies everywhere, because colonies can get it money. So, yeah, we see the complete colonization of that area, as we also see the capital city being, destroyed. And now we also see the red team here going ahead and invading this limish team here. And what we see is a quick landing down here in the south. I'm just going to quickly turn off capital cities, but that is capital city. As we see a very quick sort of push into the capital. And into the capital. Actually, yeah, straight into the capital, securing that area and securing the south, and basically just pushes up the coast, taking these two major cities, and the rest of the country surrenders. In which we see the full, annexation of this area. I hope. As long as it freaking works. Okay, yeah, there's a better way of doing that. I just need to turn the brush size down to 2. Anyway, yeah, so we see the full annexation of that area. So both the teal and red team are going to go ahead and claim some old colonies, / some old claims, I guess. There you go. So we see that area being claimed and the capital city being completely destroyed. And with that, we have one more thing we need to do. And that is over here. Oh my god, what have I done? You're meant to be... Oh my god. Yeah, you're meant to be red, buddy. And obviously that is in this central area in which we have, boom, a new country being formed. It might be the same color as that country, but it's all the way over here, so it doesn't matter. And in doing so, we're going to also set up some cities, being here, here, one down there, one there, one there, and there, also one right there. We see some more here, we see another 2 being built there, a lot on the border, and also down here in the south. There you go. We also see a couple more being dotted around. We see a city there, a city there, a city there, a city there. And of course, this country here is going to have a bunch of cities, which I'm going to do in a second, but I'm going to focus on these colonies real quick. There's only going to be a few there. Okay, yeah. So there's going to be a few cities sprouting up in this area here. They're going to put a lot of investment to keep these areas, but will that stick? I don't know. It might not. Now we're going to see the pink team having set up some cities there. A city here and here. One on this island. One here, one here, one here, here, and here. They also set up a couple of random cities down the coastline. Some cities there. We also see a lot of cities being made out here in the mainland area as well. Of the pinkish team area, we also see some more here. we see one right in that little area there. And boom. Now we have a bunch of cities being made. Now we're also going to, we're also going to see capital city of this area here being, the flipping first one that we did was there, but that's not the best location. I did there probably. Anyway, yeah, so that is where the capital city is going to be. Obviously, provinces are going to be updated and stuff like that, especially up here as well. And the next place that we're going to focus on is this area over here. And also, yes, I will update the waters for up here and up here. But for now, we're going to go ahead and look at the exploration of these islands over here. Mostly by the pinkish team here. But, yeah, let's focus on that for now, because why the frick not? Anyway, so we're going to have the exploration of a few islands. Explore this island, they land on this island here. And they keep exploring, And they even send some people down the coastline, in which the tip of Australia, this huge landmass, is explored by this pinkish team here. And they go ahead, they send like a bunch of people around to explore this entire island. So they go ahead, they do that. They explore a bit further down, but this is like a really hot area. They want to get to maybe down here if they want to start doing some stuff. But yeah, no one knows about New Zealand. That's odd. We're also going to see the exploration up north a little bit. In fact, the entire, is this the Philippines, I believe? Yeah, we're going to explore the entirety of the Philippines. We see some more exploration up here in the north, of like moving into China, moving into India, stuff like that. So yeah, we've got that. We also see more exploration of the Chinese coast. They don't know Taiwan exists, because they just don't know, for now at least. That will probably be in like a future episode sometime, but they basically send a bunch of groups to go ahead and explore along the coastline, in which, you know, they go along the coastline and find the Korean Peninsula, in which they fully explore the Korean Peninsula. And they stop and go ahead and go back a little bit, but they go ahead and they colonize the area. They explore this island here, colonize it. They go ahead and they set up a new country, and this country quickly expands up here to literally just Best Korea, what would be called Best Korea. But yeah, we see a huge amount of expansion from this country over here, in which we see this entire like bayish area getting, you know, colonized. So yeah, we've got that country. There's a massive country there. And obviously this is like a lot of land, but not a lot of people, which we'll notice when we have a look at how many cities there are. There's going to be one on this island, one there, 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 and one there, one up there, one up there. There you go. That's how many cities they have. Compared to a country like this country, which is small, but it has a lot of cities. This country is large, but it has little cities, so it needs to not before it breaks apart. It's gonna just calm itself down with expansion, and we're gonna see the capital city being, like here. There you go. So now we've got like a Korean country here as well, and we've also explored Australia. Now they don't know about Taiwan. They don't know about the Japanese islands. They don't know about any of that. So yeah. Anyway, with that said, that is the end of Wixo episode 6. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please do leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Let me move the mic. As we are going to start off in Wixer episode 7. This is What If Civilization Started Over, episode 7. Now, a lot of this map isn't the most updated. This is exactly where we left off. I haven't updated the waters or the actual land itself, but there's only so much you can do. And I'm gonna see actually if I can just hold up. I got an idea. You see how the ocean waters here are all if I turn off the land, it doesn't reach into here. I got a crazy idea. What if I just I'm on the freaking background. I will bro. There we go. Let's we go down the coastline here, up here, and over here, to which we get most of this area discovered. Now we're just doing the water map, like the new waters now, because I said so. And look, now there is the new water things there. We're also going to see it like there as well. Obviously not exactly like that, it'll be something like that, but oh actually yeah, we'll probably also see the freaking knowledge of the coastline. In fact, yeah, they probably know about all of this. There you go. Oh, and also there as well. I did forget to turn off Discord audio, but that is an issue that is easily solvable. Oh, no. Okay. And the last place that needs to, have its waters claimed is here. There we go. So, oh, what the hell? Alright. So in this episode, we are going to focus on two things. First things first is the discovery of Australia by the pink team here. And what we're gonna see is the pink team doesn't tell the rest of the world that it's found Australia. And they go ahead and frick. Yeah, they go ahead and set up a colony right there. And there also, if you're wondering, hey, what happened to the province map? I haven't updated that. I haven't updated anything, and obviously provinces take a lot longer, so I'll do that off camera, off video. But for now, we're gonna see this colony here being made along here as well. And I mean, look at the pink team. They're pretty big. They started out over here, and now reached all the way into Australia, and like the Papua New Guinea area. There's Guinea Islands. I don't really know. Is that probably is, but I'm probably just being stupid. And I mean the world is pretty explored like a little bit in this like corner of the world here. Like no one's gone like past that point. But yeah, we see the colony of Australia going ahead, making some moves, making some exploration. Oh god. Down the coastline here and to these two islands in which they actually establish another colony and explore around. And they notice this place is freaking hot. They start building the colony back a little bit. It's around this like bay area. And they also set up a small colony right there. And with this, well, like I said, the pink team is currently the widest like country. Land mass probably goes to either this team or Korea, but I don't know how like big this area is compared to up here. That's not for me to say, and I'm probably really wrong. But they are really spread out. The capital's over here. They're now all the way over here. This isn't going to work out. So what we are going to see is the breaking away of this northern-ish area right here. Oh God, not. Give me a second. There we go. We see the breaking away of this northern area, and also the joining of this area up here in the north, and also these islands here. I'm just gonna have a look at the province map. Oh, I actually kind of got that perfectly. Yeah, these few provinces break away. Holy, I actually got that like perfectly. I didn't even have the province map up. That was crazy. We also see a like a new kind of country here going ahead and taking over just this island here. A couple of islands here. There you go. Hold up. I'm gonna keep provinces on because these three provinces will break away. In fact, yeah, we'll take that major city too. Okay, there we go. They break away. They also expand just a little bit into this area, colonizing that entire island and that one too, and this one here. They also set up a small colony in the south of this island here and over here. Okay, yeah. So there's two new countries right there, and the rest of this area here is gonna go ahead and break away to form a new area right here. Let me just fill in this area. Okay, yeah, so we see a brownish country kind of forming right here. They also managed to gain these islands here. And yeah, so now we have three new countries here, and with this, there's a slight collapse of this huge pink team. We see the breaking away of these. Oh God, is that? It's the exact same color. You see the breaking away of these few islands over here. Frick. Let me just. So yeah, as I was saying, we see the breaking away of these few territories over here. We also see the breaking away of this little area. And this one, or two provinces. Actually, no, it's just the one province there. So we see another country there. And we also see freaking slightly darker, not to be confused with like how close are they in color? They're pretty close. Do I just like darken? Yeah, I should darken that. Anyway, yeah, so we see the rest of that being formed, and now look here. We got 5 new countries from the Philippines country. They're still going to be pretty big. They got a huge control over this area a little bit, but they've got enough to hold on to it, at least for now. As for the colonies over here, what we are going to see is exploration of these few colonies. They don't know their home has like basically collapsed, and they have no access to their old home. So yeah, they go ahead and effectively colonize. Oh God, they colonize the entire northern region up here. Let me increase the size real quick. So yeah, they colonize all of this, and then they realize, oh wait, where is our country? Where's our people from our old country over here? They also colonize. They go ahead and they colonize the entirety of this area here. They also push up the coast as well. This is a pretty big area. And with no access to over here and actual little resources that they have to work with, we basically see the withdrawal of the area over here. They stay along the coast for the most part. We also see the full withdrawal of over here as well. We see the separation of these two, this colony here and this colony here. And effectively, these guys get told, yeah, you're just going to get left behind as we pull back into around here. And these guys aren't going to all be together forever, you know. So first off, we're going to start off with one country, right? Oh god. Right there, which is going to go ahead and... Oh god, what is that doing? Why's it doing that? 3. There we go. There we go. We see the breaking away of this country here. I'm just going to fix its borders real quick. At least for the most part. Right there. So we see a country here being formed. Along with, you know, this colony over here. Being created and turned into an actual, like, its own country. There. And lastly, we see... Well, in Australia, we see... Oh god. So yeah, we see the breaking away of this huge territory right here. And oh god. Actually no, yeah. So we see the breaking away of that territory. We also see these guys just freaking get their territory back. What color was it there? Okay, yeah. So yeah, we see the breaking away of this country here, and also they take over the coastline down here from these guys, which kind of sucks for these guys, but oh well, you get what you're given. And there you go. So now they kind of control this straight area here. The frick is that, bro? Yep. Next, we see the breaking away of another colony kind of thing here. There you go. We also see them take that territory there. And lastly, this bit of territory here is going to go ahead and... Yeah. There. Yeah. Like a greyish kind of colour here. Just gonna see them do a bit of expansion back into the north here. They also expand back onto this coastline and up here. And also down here. They basically lay claim to this area, but there's not much population. Obviously in this area, there's not much population in this area at all anyway. But out of population wise, we have the grey team with the most population here, then the blue team. Then surprisingly the dark purple team here. Then the light blue team, which is also the same colour as the ocean, which I might have to change. There we go. But as I was saying, yeah, that's like a bluish country, and then last population is going to be this country right here. And what we are going to see is a huge, like, actually no, yeah, we'll save that for another episode because, you know, I want to expand the colonies or whatever. This purple colony here, however, is going to go ahead and basically use a bunch of its resources to explore what hell on earth is, aka Australia. They basically go out this way, go along the coastline, and they find like a good area up here in the north. They find this island. They find a lot over here. They have a lot of resources because Pink Team kind of invested a lot into this. So they use these resources to explore and then also expand. Now they're going to start off like this. They're going to go here. They're going to take over these few islands, and effectively what we see is them looking something like this. That's the purple team now. And they are stable. They're not like about to all break away and stuff. They are pretty stable here. But yeah, that is the purple team. And that is it for the Australia part of this video. We are now going to focus on... Actually, I'm going to quickly fix this because I realized they're also the same color. You can't have one freaking... Right. See, I told you, bro. There we go. Okay, yeah. Now I can actually... Boom. Oh my god. I'm running out of colors, guys. Does, that works. Light pink. Oh, yeah, also we're gonna add cities. We're gonna take off provinces. And we're gonna add some cities, because this is my favorite part of every episode, adding cities and capital cities. So, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and add a city right there and there. We're gonna have cities. 5 cities there. We're gonna also see a city there as well, so these guys are connected. We see a city there, 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 and a city there. We see a city here and here, and one down there. We see a city here, 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 and here. We see one in this area. We'll see 2 in this area, 1 there, 2 on this island, 3 in there, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 1 on that island. There you go. Also, just there. There you go. And last but not least, we're going to see the light pink team have a city down here. Up here, we see a city here and here. We see a lot of cities made mainly up here in the north. They ignore this coastline for the most part. They have 1 city there. But most of their population is in the north. And they have a huge population. Probably outdone now by this country here. And also, speaking of a country that does need to expand very quickly in Australia, this country most likely is going to go... As I was saying, yeah, this country is going to go ahead and expand like... Not like that, Jesus Christ. I've gone mad. And basically we see them take over this territory here. Now they don't put that much population there because I'm not that bothered about it right now, but what I am bothered about is the expansion into the, well, like Indo-China area. See this area over here, not the best area, but what we do see is, well, a few countries going ahead and wanting to, you know, expand their borders. So what we see is... Actually, no, hold on, wait. I need to redo that. We see the pink team claim that. We see this team here go ahead and claim a bunch of land out into here. And lastly, we also see these guys going ahead, oh god, and setting up a way to get to there. We also see the purchasing of this territory over here, this colony, from this team to this team here, as they now join and become a lot stronger. And the last country we're going to see, actually no, not last country, but one of the countries we're going to see expand a little bit is the green country. Take that piece. But most of this area is going to go to, yeah, you guessed it, the teal team. As they go ahead, they expand. There you go. And claim a huge chunk of that land. We then also see the forming of a new country being right. Let's see right here. As we see, we see a forming of a new country right there. And that is now Indochina kind of fully filled up. And that is a lot of like this area over here. The oh god, what ocean is this technically? Like, what body of water do these countries live in? Let me know in the comments if you actually know. But yeah, that is the dividing of Indochina for you guys. As we see, you know, cities there. We'll see some more up here in the north. They go ahead and move a lot of their population to this claim up here. And these people are like major, like, yeah, we love the science team. We see more cities being made up here in the north of the pink team. Oh god. And lastly, but not least, I'm going to quickly also put some more territories down there. So we see a lot of population up here in Indochina. And the next country we're going to go focus on is Korea. Now, Korea is going to do something Korea is going to do something pretty big. Well, first of all, they're going to have population down here in the south, boom, as well as over here. These areas are going to become a lot more populated, while areas over here, they become slightly more populated. We also see around the capital a bunch of coastal cities as well. They basically link up to the south. And there you have it. You also find some more cities down here as well. But what is going to happen with the Korean country? Well, they are going to go ahead and... Oh, wait, I need to do the capital city. Give me a second. Let me just... I need to do capital cities of a couple countries. Let me do the capital cities real quick, and then I'll go on to Korea. Capital city... Frick. Capital city is going to be there. We're going to see down here as well. Capital city right there. Capital city right there. What the hell? I'll sort these in a second. I'll sort these after this video, because this video is getting long. But we're gonna have capital cities here. All over here. Capital city right there. Capital city right there. Right there. Right there. And lastly, right down here. As I was saying, we have the... Hold up. Yeah. So we're going to have the sailing and discovery of Japan. If I can do this properly. Oh my god. Yeah. So we have Korea discovering Japan. Now, why is this important? Well, Japan's very important right now. Also, it means that there's more land to be found, and people should go search for more land, search all this up here, stuff like that. They should do these searches. So what's going to happen is Korea's going to wait a little bit. They're going to stay here. They're going to have they're going to set up just a little colony right there, just along the coastline. They're going to explore down here a little bit, and they set up a little colony there, and they go ahead and they go they start sending supplies from down here in the south. That's why there's a lot of population down here now, because a lot of these people are getting ready to move to the new lands that have been discovered. And what we see is the quick exploration and rapid expansion and settling of like Korea's freaking people, I guess. And over a couple, like I'd say maybe a year, we see the full exploration of southern Japan and the colonization of most of Japan as well. As these guys explore, when these guys go up, these guys go up. So we have the full colonization of the main Japanese islands here. And also we'll have the discovery of all of this area over here, but we won't worry about that for now. And after one final push, we see the final islands over here. We see some exploration up there, but we see there. We see that most of Japan, if not all of Japan, has been, found. So, and also mostly colonized as well. They set up a little colony there. And all of a sudden, what we see is the South, you see how the South has a bunch, and I mean a bunch of cities? Yeah, well, say bye-bye to a lot of them, because that one's going, they are going, they're going. We're gonna have these two cities, actually 3 cities there. We're gonna have basically that city. So yeah, these cities connect a path down that way and a path down to the New Isles, in which a lot of the population from here is going to go ahead and move down here. And what we see is the huge settling. And basically, people are told, don't settle immediately, at least let us explore. And over time, it's just a bunch of cities are made on the Japanese Isles. They also find that and that. They see us a bunch of coastal cities being formed. And a lot of the population stays in the south. A lot of the population goes, yeah, no, we're not bothered with traveling. If there's new lands up there and they are more valuable than down here, yeah, maybe we'll move up. But for the now, most of the population from down here is going to go onto these isles over here. And Japan has basically been fully discovered, except for maybe up here and this way. But this also will start to lead into the Siberian area up here. And maybe even move on to Europe, which, when this island gets finally found, yeah, let's just say, is the world gonna ever be peaceful anymore? So, yeah, with that said, I will also update all the provinces and stuff like that, but for now, thank you guys for watching episode 7, and yeah, that's it, really. Oh, also, I will be live streaming later today, so yeah, you should definitely come and watch that, I guess. So, yeah. It'll be on my main channel at Aqua3YT. Yeah, you should come watch, I guess. But yeah, with that said, leave a like and subscribe. And that was Wixo episode 7. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Wixo, my version of Wixo being Wixo episode 8. Yeah, that's right, we've had 8 episodes so far. We started just down here in this little strait right here. I need to mute Discord sounds again. Give me a second. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, we started around down here and eventually went up into here and also down these islands here, and basically just went up and up there and that way. So yeah, we also have the last episode had Korea going ahead and exploring most of Japan, including all the way up here, and even colonizing it as well, which is pretty cool. No, I'm gonna move that just up there. But yeah, I will also very quickly go ahead and draw out the new known waters just right up here. Going over here. You go. So they also go down this coast as well. Sorry, I was like silent for a second. I don't know what that was. So yeah, eventually with the Koreans here going ahead and exploring all of this area over here, we also see the exploration and like thing. We'll see this over here being explored as well. They still don't know what Taiwan is, but we'll just wait for that. We also see them explore that over there, near Australia, and also this over here. And with that, the new like ocean things, they'll obviously be changed as well. I still haven't done provinces. I'll update provinces by the next movie, but yeah. Also, you're probably wondering what this thing in the corner is that's like talking when I talk. That is actually hold on. Ignore that. It's a different project, but that is actually the thing that I'm using for whenever I stream. See, I've started streaming on my main channel, and you guys should definitely go check them streams out when they of course arise. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start off right over here. And you see these four used to be part of these four countries here used to be part of this color here. They used to be part of the Lime team, and have now all separated because they got invaded by the Red team here, and yeah. So yeah, so these guys got invaded by the Red team and also kind of like split apart. So we're gonna go ahead and see something weird happen here. These four governments are gonna all talk to each other and are all gonna reform the old Lime kind of country. Well, at least most of it, I guess. I don't know. Oh god. But yeah, they go ahead, they change the capital city to this one at the coast. And we see the Lime team is back. Wait a second. Where's the Lime team over there? Anyway, in fact, we're gonna have it slightly different because it's not the original. Freaking! Oh god, I've messed up. Okay, yeah, we need it like a light. There, yeah, there you go. Don't know why that was that. Like filled out the entire map, but we see the oh god, it's because of this one, isn't it? Freaking. Give me a second. If we go around the border here, alright, still work, and that won't. Yeah, okay, perfect. So yeah, we see the Lime team reforming. We see the capital city being moved over here. Well, sort of reforming. Oh wait, I was okay. Yeah, sorry, I'm a bit clueless right now. See, see if I do this. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so the Lime team is back. That's what I was trying to say, even though it took me ages. The Lime team is back. I haven't set up capital cities for these guys over here. At least these two. It's only these two that need capital cities. But as I set up these capital cities, what we are going to talk about is the exploration into a certain area. And that area is going to be India. Now, of course, they know about down here and stuff. They worked with the tribe that was over here. And effectively, what we're going to see is the... I was on this, but... Anyway, yeah, so we see the... Oh god, I'm freaking messing up a lot today. Give me a second, guys. Yeah, so we see the this exploration down the coastline. They don't really go into, like, over here just yet. They have, like, a separate group that is going to go ahead and spearhead out to here. But I'm going to put on tribes, actually, because what happens is they go along the coast and they discover this huge tribe over here. And what they also discover is, well, they raid a village up here and they see a map. And this map tells them about all of, oh god, all of that. The entire Indian peninsula. It tells them about it. It tells them about this huge tribe here and this small tribe here that these guys have consistently got a beef with here. Usually fighting over this area right here. And they also learn about a smaller tribe up here. But they aren't a major issue right now. And what we see is the people of this Bangladesh area kind of country, even though it's all the way down here in oh god, I'm gonna get that wrong. I'm not even gonna try it. But we see these people bring across their belief of like society and stuff like that, and say, hey, you should form a society. You're massive. You could definitely form a huge society. And this message also gets them to this tribe and this tribe. Now, no one else knows about this. Maybe this team, because these two work together well. But no one else besides these two teams actually know about these tribes here. And what we do see is, well, pretty obvious, right? The tribes disband. And they go ahead and form... What the hell? They go ahead and form multiple nations. We have the... Oh god. Yeah, we have the dark purple nation of Taiwan, including the coastline here. We then also have... That's just not okay. There we go. We have that forming as well, and obviously this tribe is huge, so they're going to go ahead and set their borders something like... I don't like ugly borders, bro. There we go. So yeah, we see a huge nation forming down here in the in India. We also see up here in the in the north some more exploration over here in like this area, leading more towards, you know, Pakistan and all over here, in which they also soon meet Arabia, but we'll worry about that another episode, because, well, we're going to go ahead and see another... Yes, I'm going to start using colors, but we see a decently sized area being colonized by this tribe over here. And there you have it. We've got 3 whole new countries, and already this is going to cause some chaos. But what we also see is, well, a huge area of land being taken over by this team, and the rest of it is going to be talked about in the next episode. But now we're going to go ahead and move on to Korea, because there's a bit of an issue. They've got Japan and also Korea and this area here, and they aren't very stable, and the people over here are wanting to leave because they feel neglected. So what happens is, well, they do that. They just go ahead, they break off. Obviously, that'll all probably be explored by now, but they go ahead and break off from Korea. They take over this area and even that major city there. But what we see is a new team also forming here. Yes, I'll sort out capital cities and cities soon for these new areas like Korea and India, but I'll do that in the next episode, ready for, the next episode. But Korea's not too bothered about that, because what's Korea doing? They're going to do a little bit of exploration here, up along the coastline, into what is, modern day, almost Siberia, actually. They also explore that, the northern part, and soon meet up with explorers down in the south. And all of a sudden we see a huge push of Korean forces into, well, not forces, but Korean exploration teams just exploring the area up north. They also explore this way. They realize it gets colder as you go up north, so just don't go too far up north or you're gonna get too cold. They also explore all of this. And also in this episode, a major event is going to happen, being the finding of flipping Taiwan, modern day Taiwan. So yeah, after 2 episodes of it not being discovered, it is finally discovered. Also, water borders, I'll do them soon. They realize when they get to this point, it's well, it's way too cold to get over there. They obviously don't do too much colonization. They probably will do a little bit, but they explore a lot, which is very important for, the episode. What we also see is exploration from all these places over here, going ahead, and basically exploring all of this, meeting up with Koreans. There you go, Koreans, team of explorers, and we see a lot of China-ish area has been explored. And the last thing for this episode is going to be the exploration down this coastline. I'm going to focus on Australia as well for a little bit, because Australia is a huge player in this. And very quickly, we see a huge amount of exploration just down south. It's hot as hell, but they go for, and eventually explore a lot of the area. Now, of course, they don't explore those islands down here, but they explore, this area over here. And eventually all of Australia is mapped out. This is huge. This is the age of exploration, but really early age of exploration. But, yeah, there's a lot of exploration in this episode. We also see some islands up here, and even some more exploration up there, but when it reaches, same point as here, kind of just gets too cold. And now what we see is some colonization of this area, and specifically from a few teams. So, what teams are going to be exploring and like colonizing a bunch? Well, as you can tell, it's going to have to be these guys right here. What we see is a bit of colonization up north, but then also just a huge amount of colonization to take over the coastline there and becoming like a super Vietnam. They also take over Taiwan illegally. Someone else is going to take over that, and I'll explain that in a second. And we also see countries like this country go ahead and colonize, just a little bit more. And the last country to colonize is going to be this country right here, who is going to meet with the people of the gold team and say, hey, you should colonize a bit this way along the coast. This coastline is always important, but we're going to go ahead and meet up with you. And then we're going to also expand, a bit further north. We're going to expand a lot up here. And there you have it. We have a huge amount of exploration. We also see the exploration of the pinkish kind of team to meet up with the like teal team here. So yeah, we also see some more expansion this way. And the last team to expand is going to be Korea. They don't expand too much, but they do get a better borders, I guess. Or at least not as like straight, I guess. There you go. So yeah, now with that, we have a lot of exploration this episode, a lot of new countries, a lot of old countries, a lot of very old countries, all working together to explore what is modern day China. Now, and also Australia as well. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about is the Philippines, and the whole reason Taiwan was like such an important piece here. And that is because of the Science team. See, the Science team knows these islands are here and just goes up, explores, colonizes the entirety of the Philippines. Not even the red team gets any. And then they sail up north and land on the tip of Taiwan, around there. Now, see, this like lightish country here has already colonized Taiwan, but they go ahead and they claim it for themselves, saying, hey, we found it, it's ours. When really they didn't find it, it was already claimed. And what we're going to see is a war for the first time in a while, and it's going to be between these two countries right here. So I'm going to very quickly go 15. We're going to see the blue team go ahead and fully seize Taiwan. That is, of course, until troops manage to land along the coastline here and kick the blue team out. Now, a lot of the fighting's going to be down here, but what we see is a landing and taking off the top of the Philippines. And there isn't much so there's not much up here, so they just go ahead and they sweep through the Philippines. They go ahead to go down here as well. They get a bit lost. They don't go down this one just yet. But they eventually loop around after some time. They loop around and meet back over here to push into the blue team's colony. Now, what the Science team has is this area over here. Now, of course, they know about this area, but there's nothing over here, right? Well, that is until the Science team does something crazy. They make a purchase of the red team's land. Basically saying, hey, give us your land so we can get to our colony over here, in which it works. They sell it. It's a bit expensive, but they do it anyway. They're pretty rich. And very quickly we see a counter-offensive in the Philippines, as well as up here. as they get kicked out of the Philippines. Now, this war technically has gone nowhere, and that is until troops land down here near the capital, taking over this area and most of the southern of this country. And it's looking something like that. And very quickly, it's looking like they're threatening the capital. They could just go straight for it, but they are very much threatening the capital city. They take over a few of these territories, and what they do is they go ahead and encircle it. They also take over, all this, all this. And this area over here quickly gives up, as does Taiwan. And what happens is, very quickly, we see the surrendering, of this country right here. Even though it has all this up here, pretty unpopulated up here, but the main capital, yeah, you're cooked if they lose that. So we're going to go ahead and have a look at a peace treaty in a second. Hold up. Let's go back to when they purchased that. Okay, yeah. So the peace treaty is going to look something like what happens is this bay area over here gets taken as a colony, sort of, kind of like demilitarized zone ish. Basically up here a little bit, and we see the blue team go ahead and take over this area right here, and then set up, a kind of puppet state of that. And the rest of this land over here, we do see the blue team, spoiling themselves just a little bit by, taking over a little colony right here next to Taiwan to secure it. But then the rest of this land goes ahead and splits into two major countries, being hold up, give me a second. I need to freaking change the size so much, it's crazy. Freaking. Why has it got to be so difficult? What the frick, bro? Bruh. Tolerance. Let's turn the tolerance down. There we go. That's probably what it was. We see a huge portion over here breaking away. We see the pink team going ahead and taking over this area. And last but not least, this area over here is going to go ahead and go like a dark green. Okay, yeah. So we see that all happening now. This blue country over here, this area over here, pretty not as secure. It's got two major powers right on its borders, with the red team and the darkish purple team. Now, major powers in this sense is like colonies or large landmass or large population. The orange team also has a large population as well, just want to let you guys know. But yeah. So with all that settled and stuff, we are going to go ahead and end it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please do leave a like and subscribe, as it helps me out a ton. Also, don't forget to check out the live streams when they happen, because they're really funny. And with that said, thank you all for watching. Goodbye. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 9th episode, I believe, of this Wixo series. And I want to thank you guys for the support on this series, but I just don't want to stall for too long and I want to get straight into it. So, I believe in the last episode, what we did see was the Cyan team here going ahead and claiming the entirety of the Philippines. I think this is the Philippines and some of this island over here, also going up to Taiwan and taking some of the coast after defeating the like light teal kind of this team right here up here in the north, causing new countries to form and also other countries to get involved, like the pink team. We got these 3 new countries, and now this country is also pretty weak. Of course, there are some disputed borders that I can actually just going to quickly resolve with, there you go. But as I was saying, we saw the huge defeat of this country. Now, why is that important in this episode? Well, there's going to be some talks between a couple of countries, and these countries are going to be this new team here, this bluish team here, this pink team, and the purple team, and last but not least, this grayish kind of team here. And just for the sake of things, I'm going to very quickly go ahead and change that color. And why is that important? Well, we are going to see the joint invasion of the northern part of this country from these 4 countries here, starting off down here in the south between this country right here. I'm going to quickly turn on provinces. Actually, no, I'll sort provinces out later. But we're going to see this country making a first move, suddenly invading into here, into this sort of area, taking over these few major cities. Meanwhile, the pink team over here is going to go ahead and connect up with this attack here, basically splitting off the northern and the southern part. So we're going to see, this area being taken by the pink team, and also some push into the south between these 2 countries. And this isn't the only place that's going to have movement. It's going to be basically all along the border here. We're going to see some movement. And we also see a huge little, that doesn't make any sense, but a spike moving up towards the unclaimed territory over here, capturing a few major cities, but not making it all the way there. Go ahead, they take this major city as well, and this one. And this is where they are at for now. We also do see over here the purplish team also has desires to... Oh, I forgot to mute my Discord. I keep forgetting to do that. I'm very sorry about that. So as I was saying, we do see this purplish team here going ahead and moving up north, claiming these few major cities right here. We also see the green team going ahead and connecting up this little area over here and pushing more and more in. And then, so we have a meeting between the green team and the purple team leader, and the purple team leader says, hey, we need to settle on how the purple team is going to be able to reach up here to expand, and the green team will still be happy. And basically, they decide that the purple team here is just going to go straight up like this from over here, claims like up here, to around this point here. And the green team is going to claim everything else that the purple team doesn't claim. So we start to see that starting to form as well, like a little spike straight up north. We do also see the pink team going ahead and claiming some land up the north as well. This probably isn't going to be the permanent border, but it looks something like that. There you go. But of course, we see the purple team going ahead and claiming a lot of the northern area. And eventually they go ahead and they just make a huge rush into there. And what they do is let the green team have their claims over here. And lastly, we see the purple team go ahead and work with the other 2 teams to divide the land the purple team claiming about that much. The pink team going ahead and claiming to up to here. And lastly, we see the grayish blue team go ahead and claim up here in the north. We also see, so over here we see, like, just basically it looks something like this. This is what it is. Obviously, this area isn't that, like, sought after. So what they do is they go ahead and just give the land up to this country right here. Now, down in the south, we have some movement against the teams up here. We see a push up to the north, right into these already claimed territories here. They go ahead and they push slightly into the north, almost completely cutting off the pig team's access to the north as well. However, eventually they do start to, get pushed back by both the pink team and also the bluish kind of team here. And eventually they get kicked out of there entirely, in which we see a push back into the south, which, by the way, the goal was to only claim over the north here, not the south. And with the blue team here going ahead and, starting to push into the south, the light blue Cyanish team is going to go ahead and surrender. And, of course, what we are going to see is, well, borders being discussed. And eventually we're going to see something like the borders being something like this down here in the south. You'll see it in a second. Something like that is going to go ahead and form in the south. These are the areas that oh god, that's not what I pressed. But these are the areas that the blue team is going to go ahead and also claim, with these two areas down here. And very quickly we're also going to see the blue team take over this little area over here in these few provinces, just making sure they stick to the provinces, that's all. But with that, we see the border being treated down here. Now what about up here? Because these aren't official borders here, are they? And of course some might be, pretty debatable. So what are we going to see? Well, firstly we're going to see the purple team go ahead and claim all of this up here. They also claim all this up here. However, in exchange, they are going to go ahead and also give up some territories to the green team, peacefully, obviously. They go ahead and they exchange something like this. I'm going to see the purple team quickly just, there you go. So, as I was saying, the green team is going to go ahead and claim this. And even this huge province right up here in the north. And with that, we see a border treaty being between these two, where the green team is going to go ahead and claim here, also here a little bit. And the rest of this Greenland here is going to go ahead and be given to the purple team. Now that's the border treaty between these two. Now what about over here? Because this area is quite uneven in a way. So what we are going to see is the pink team going ahead and claiming these provinces over here in the north. Oh no, sorry, this area. Why am I saying the north if it's not the north? We also see it happen over here as well. We do see the pink team eventually claim this territory as well. So looks something like that. So that's the pink team-ish, almost done. We see the purple team go ahead and claim these few provinces here. And lastly, between the pink and the blue team, also the purple team. Actually, we'll do the purple team real quick because, you know, why not? I don't want to spend too much time on this, but it basically just looks like that. There you go. Now, between the blue team and, you know, pink team, looks something like that. Over here in the north, we also see the blue team managing to claim these few provinces up here. And also just quickly, you know, there as well. But what we also see is the pink team managing to claim borders like so, and even claiming this border, even though, oh god, what am I missing there? I've missed something there. Ah, that's probably it. So as I was saying, these are the new, almost, we'll just quickly fix that. So yeah, as I was saying, these are the new borders, and this is what the Cyanish team now looks like. And that is all for this area. The next area we're going to focus on is over here in Australia, specifically this island here. And that is because, well, this island is going to be fully colonized. Yeah, it has capital city. As I was saying, we see this team go ahead and expand its claims all the way up here in the northern of, I believe this is the Papua New Guinea area, but don't quote me on that. They also claim this area up here without, but before they finish claiming this area, the orange team goes ahead and gets a bit of the northern part there, which may or may not cause some issues in the future, but we don't worry about that for now. So we see some movement over here, we see the claiming of these islands, stuff like that. Also down here, they claim this island as well, but not before the purple team, this dark purple team claims these two islands, and eventually also meets them and cuts them off from their colony over here, which, I mean, technically they can just go through the ocean, but who likes to do that, like, be real. Anyway, they expand their colony just a little bit more, something like that. We also see the bluish team go ahead and expand along the coastline here mostly to something like this, in which we see the pink team go ahead and also expand their claims over here as well, claiming a huge portion of the island just over here. And also they claim these islands up here, and also this chain of islands. Though they don't have many people living on these places, they claim it for themselves. And lastly, this last little bit here is going to go ahead and be colonized into a new country as well. Obviously, I'll make a quick couple cities for this area, as of course this is a new area, and you know, all new areas gotta have cities, right? So we see a few cities sprouting up here in the new area. And also over here on this island and this island. Up here in the north. This northern-ish area over here. This, by the way, this is the third time I've had to record this episode because my OBS kept crashing. But hopefully it should be fixed by now. If it is, you'll know because, you know, this is out. But they basically don't put many cities on this area over here. They just claim. They mainly have it over here. This is the area. Over here, these just claims, not actually owned. And that is, you know, that is the full, you know, colonization of this island. And what we are also going to see is a bit of expansion real quick from, you know, these few islands. Oh wait, I actually also forgot to go ahead and put a capital city right there. Anyway, as I was saying, we see the expansion of this area right up here, going up north a little bit. Not much along there, but they also do go ahead and go along the coast. It's like Australian purplish country. They go ahead and go along the coastline and rapidly expand down here. Obviously, I'll add cities in the next before the next episode, and also probably do all the provinces. I've got way too much time on my hands right now. But yeah, we see that going ahead and being the new borders. We also see the blue team going ahead and expanding a lot further down south. Also completely encapsulating this country as well. But luckily, they are on good terms as well. So yeah, that's good, I guess. But we also are going to see a war between this blue country and this blue country over this little strip of land, aka, I believe, I haven't made promises for it yet. I thought I did, but I haven't. I'll do that as well, don't you worry. But basically what we see is the lighter blue country going ahead and kicking the darker blue country out and also making a naval landing here. But this naval landing is very quickly kicked out and they go ahead and claim some more land from the blue team here and even going along the coastline just up to here. But they go ahead and strengthen their claims in the Papua New Guinea region. And they eventually start to threaten the capital city, but then they fight some like bloody battle or something and get pushed back. They get separated from over here. They do stand, they do like keep their stance over here-ish, but they do get kicked out of down here. And a landing is made in the capital city, and that is when a peace treaty is going to be made, where, well, this area here is lost, and they also have a claim over here as well. Not that big, but like that. Basically just the major city there. And they are also told to give up their claims down here in the like southern region, not to create a new country, because, you know, we all love new countries, don't we, guys? My DMs have popped off. I'm not bothering reading them because I want you guys to be entertained. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to have a capital city. Well, no, a city first, a couple cities. Being right here, 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 and here, and here. Also see some cities. I said I was going to do this in the next episode, but for now I'm just going to do that. There will probably be a lot more when we come back. But of course, capital city. And with that, we are going to go ahead and move on to India. Mainly between these three countries right here. And what is going to happen is we're going to see this country here go ahead and make a... Oh, I'm on the wrong line. We see this country here go ahead and make a colony kind of here. And also down here along the coastline. And they set up a couple of cities in these areas. Well, right here and here. And there and there. And what is going to happen is the leader of this team is going to go ahead and sail along here and land in this city over here. Travel along through the uncharted territory and head to over here. And the same thing is going to go from here through these major cities here all the way up into that city there. And what is going to happen is we're going to have a meeting between these three countries to split up India. And basically what we see is a treaty being made, the Indian Division Treaty, where borders shall look something like this. No. I'm missing something here, aren't I? Why is it doing that? It's probably because of this. There you go. So that is going to be the claims of, you know, this pinkish country. We're going to see the gold team go ahead and claim... Hold on, let me find the right tool. that much. And lastly, we see this purplish kind of team go ahead and claim there. And that is the Division of India Treaty. And of course, in celebration of this treaty, the three people go ahead. I'm going to have to make a new layer for this. We're going to have a new layer. Military allies. And in this military alliance, we're going to have... the first ever alliance forming being the rectangle alliance between... No, the square alliance between these three countries, the red square alliance. And that is the first ever military alliance ever. And in inspiration of this new military alliance, we're going to see another military alliance being made between this... Oh god, no, that is just not it. It's going to be between the green team, the purple team, the pink team, the blue team, and the now kind of like puppet state of this country, the light bluish team here. And these are the only military alliances that we're going to have for today's episode. And now I want to move on to the last thing of this episode. This video might be a bit long, but we do not worry about it. And that is going to be the exploration into... Sorry about that. But that is going to go... I messed up now. That is going to be the exploration of, like, the Saudi Arabian, the area over here, kind of. I think this is the Red Sea. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. That might be like absolutely awful. But what we are going to go ahead and see is these three countries are going to go ahead have a meeting in this city. Well, in the same meeting, they go ahead and decide to explore together along the... No, not like that, but along the coastline. And it's literally just an exploration of the coastline. They spot the little area over here. They go ahead, send a ship and a convoy out. And they realize, oh god, it is hot over here. I know it's a lot hotter in this area than this area. And this area specifically is alright, I believe. But we just see them go along the coastline. Fully along the coastline now, exploring all of Qatar and meeting up with the convoy and exploring the Strait of Hormuz, this area, and that is exploration into Saudi Arabia. And we also see a convoy kind of mission to go ahead and reach Mesopotamia, which they do. They go ahead and explore all around here. Basically following, I believe there's two rivers over here. They follow around these rivers, but they explore the area. And go ahead, they explore... Oh no, they don't explore Cyprus, but they explore to about there. They explore the two seas over here as well. And this is what it's looking like. Now they obviously don't like set up any colonies or anything over here in the north. They just explore the area. And that is it for this episode. If you guys did enjoy, please do leave a like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next episode. Peace. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Wixo. This is Wixo episode 10, meaning that yes, we will be getting another movie for this series. And obviously this one, I'm planning to keep this one pretty long. So it's enough stalling and messing around. I feel like we should just get right into it. And I'm going to keep Provinces on for now, just because it looks alright to me. It looks nice to me, I guess. But if you don't like Provinces being constantly on, just let me know. we're going to start off with this pink team. Now, this pink team's been pretty, docile. I mean, they expanded down here a little bit, but that was ages ago. And, I mean, Korea could easily just sweep through here and immediately just get rid of them. Because, the pink team was part of the Koreans. So, what are they going to go ahead and do? Well, if my brush size wasn't freaking 2, I'll tell you. So the pink team are gonna go ahead and push out down here in the south and start claiming some new lands. And they do a lot of expansion here, do a bit of expansion up north as well. And it looks somewhat like this. I mean, it'll probably be something a bit better, but if you give me a second, I'll show you what I'm planning for it to look like. It'll be something like... yeah, something like that, maybe, if I just sort that out. Yeah, okay. There you go. It looks somewhat like that. Oh, and also down here as well. But this is what the huge expansion is. And why can they do such a huge expansion? Well, that's because they haven't been moving for that long. Their economy is pretty strong. Definitely top 10, for sure. In economy, at least. Not in military, but in economy. And they do actually have a lot of population that they can move out to these areas. And they aren't going to be the only ones expanding in this area. We're going to see the Koreans themselves go ahead and basically just meet up with the borders here, something like that, slightly expanding out that way. But where else will they expand? Where is it there? They start to expand and push into Japan, all the areas up here. They even go ahead and basically just colonize this entire island over here. And they colonize up here in the north. And they go ahead, they attempt to connect it down here, but they haven't fully reached it yet. What they will do, though, is they'll claim, obviously, I'll do cities in the next episode, but they claim all the way up here as well. Something like that. And they are looking decently strong. We might come back to this later. And that is it for the northern expansion up here. Now, we're going to focus on the blue team here, and specifically this area. And why is that? Well, their blue team's going to do something a bit strange, but in fairness, very strategical. And that is removing their capital from here and moving it all the way to, if I get the right size, they go ahead and they move it all the way over to here. Why do they do this? Well, it's pretty centralized. I mean, having the capital all the way over here, you'd have to travel probably down there, or just, actually, no. You'd have to travel across all here, make a stop here, travel up here, cross that, up, cross that, and then you reach these islands here. Not to mention Taiwan and like this little area here. But of course, with that, we do see the moving of the capital city of the blue team. And what else does the blue team do with this area? Well, pretty simple. See all these cities here? Well, these cities are going to start, disappearing, mainly up here in the north. And they people just slowly start evacuating these cities. Yeah, you see some falling here. And then all of a sudden, all these cities, including their capital, go ahead and basically fall. And also these ones. As all the entire population of this area basically just leaves. Now, why is that important? No, that's not what I wanted to do. That means all this area over here is unclaimed, including here as well. An unclaimed area is pretty rare in these parts, so what are these teams going to do about it? Well, first of all, we're going to see the red team go ahead and expand something like no, not like that. Jesus Christ. Something like that. Yeah, like that. Yeah, okay. As of course, the rest of this little grey bit is going to go ahead and go to. Oh wait, no, hold on. In fact, you know, this entire part here is going to go ahead and just become that'll go grey, but purple team is going to go ahead and take over this area right here. And of course, a bit of the southern bit as well. And the rest of this is actually just going to go ahead and go straight to the red team. Another red team obviously having a lot of population, you can easily just move people down here. So some cities will be built and stuff, but we'll worry about that in the future. And now we're going to focus on the red team. So the blue team's moved out of here now, moved out of this little area, which, although slightly strategic, it was too much hassle to deal with. And what we do see is, if you go to, well, I want to give you guys some more. There are some, you know, areas here in this area that are basically just owned by the red team, but are labeled as independent by puppet states. That's what I mean. So we see the red team go ahead and claim their puppet state. Not like that. With puppet state here, the grey puppet state. They just got these two provinces and immediately got annexed. And same with this one. Now, they also have these two puppet states, but these two are going to stay independent for now, at least. What we will see is the red team taking over these. Jesus Christ, these two puppet states here, and they become pretty strong. Actually, they become pretty strong now in this area, at least. But of course, with that, we do see obviously most of the population is going to move to this area over here, most likely. Taiwan and here, and also across here. So they're a lot more centralized now, and it's a lot easier to control passages like over here, anywhere within that, basically. Through there, they control that. They also kind of control over here as well. So they control, basically, if you have a look at it, like, that's the border, really, of what they control. Well, most of what it controls. They don't really control down here, and this is a huge issue, so I'll get back to that soon. But the next thing that we are going to talk about is the orange team. Remember them two puppet states that I was talking about? Well, see, the orange team is decently strong, and what they'll do is they'll go ahead and they are going to buy. Oh, if it was going to work. Oh, I haven't done it right. Sorry. If they are going to go ahead and buy. Wait, what the hell? No, it's not like that. What the hell? Where's provinces? Turn provinces off. No, not worldwide either. Anyway, as I was saying, they go ahead and basically just turn into freaking. Why is it doing that? Anyway, as I was saying, they basically purchased the area over here, this little red area, which wasn't that much use. I guess it kind of helped with trade routes and stuff. And then what we see is the invasion of the brown team from all sides as they soon quickly secure the capital. Just want to make sure. Yeah. And with that, we see the capital city being destroyed and the orange team becoming pretty powerful. Now, why is this important? Well, that is because the orange team is going to go ahead and invade this team right here. They're going to land on this peninsula right here, take over these two cities. They also land down here and cut off the red team from their puppet states. They also make a landing up here in the north and also invade into this team as well. And see, this team's a lot weaker. Obviously, this team's also very weak, but this team quickly gets wiped out entirely. Whereas this team, it takes time to, push up, but they do eventually do it, and eventually. Hey, wait a minute, you're meant to be. What the hell is going on here? Why didn't I notice that? No. Frick this. Oh, it's because the tolerance is too high. There you go. As I was saying, why is that half C? I'm gonna get rid of that quick. Yeah, as I was saying, we do see the orange team go ahead and basically secure this area over here. And hold on, if I look at provinces, what we will see is new borders being drawn between these two countries, being right here, mostly just a bit of coastline, and that's about it. And this is the border of the new country. It's going to look something like that, with all of this major land lost. And of course, this country having its influence being, under Orange Team instead of the Red Team. Now, even though the Red Team and Orange Team just worked together and worked out this land, this does cause a lot of tensions between, these two countries. So, yeah, just keep an eye out on that, I guess. Maybe there's a huge war in the future. But as I was saying, we also see the full annexation of this country right here. And the capital city being demolished. This is a huge win for the Orange Team, and now we're going to focus on somewhere else. This Orange Team here, the Orange's team. Why is that? Oh. Just want to make sure. Yeah, okay. As I was saying. Oh, no. Oh, wait, whoops, that's the wrong one. Oh, no. Oh, okay. I mean, if they're just gonna take that, that's fine, I guess. Oh. Oh, no. Ooh. Yeah, so the blue team kind of fully declares war on the orange team. Obviously, the orange team isn't actually that weak, so they'll go ahead and start pushing up into here, but this is about as far as they'll get. They also make a landing over here, and in these islands claiming them back, and they actually do push back pretty well. But if we go ahead to provinces on here so it's easier, what ends up happening is we see the orange team gaining more land overall, but the blue team gaining more vital land, and this will probably come back to bite them soon. Now we're going to go ahead and look at the purple team. And why is that? They have this exclave right here. And, oh, okay, so the orange team is going to go ahead and claim some more land. Awesome. Now, obviously, the orange team is pretty, easy to separate. All it takes is this country to go bye-bye, and your country is now split into that. Also here as well, could go there. And you've also got threats from other invaders as well. And of course, that isn't going to go well. So, what do? Well, of course, you attempt to build a global, well, not a global empire, but like an empire in your region. And how do you do that? You invade the capital city of this country. Why is that? Well, without a capital city, your country's basically useless. It has no leader to follow or anything like that, and your capital city quickly gets demolished, and you're definitely going to lose a bunch of land. And what does this cause? Well, the orange team is going to go ahead and basically chase the army, mostly overseas, but when they go on land, they kill the armies, and they basically reach this area here. And this is how much they cut them off as the Orange Empire continues to grow. And this is now what they are left with. This also causes the independence of a few areas as well, being here we have a gold team forming, which is nice. Oh, I know, that's a color we've already used. Can I use that? Okay, yeah, that works. And of course, as for here, this area is going to go ahead and get given to this team. And also this team is going to go ahead and claim these two provinces, this area. Whereas this team goes ahead and claims that island there. That isn't that much. And lastly, the purple team here claims this island. Meaning over here is the last of the area. And of course, we see... Ooh, okay, yeah. So that team is completely demolished and replaced by this country right here. But this isn't the only country that's going to form from this. We're also going to see the orange island over here, the original orange island, going ahead and forming a country. It'll be in the same color because it's easier to remember. But we're going to go ahead and give them capital cities, which is a bit obvious for this one. Right there and right there, because it's closer to the orange side. And now what else do we see? Well, now they have their little empire. They want to go ahead and reclaim these old lands. So what do? Well, the orange team is going to go ahead and push the blue team out of its old lands. And even slightly up here as well. Taking over these few provinces and pushing into this capital. No, the major city here. Not capital. Capital's all the way up there. But, this isn't going to last long. Remember, blue is the strongest country in the world, so they're going to push back. And when I say push back, they push back hard. They split the country's army into two, and now have gained back all their lost land, and are now pushing it into new territories. So they push further down, and also cut off the capital area right here. Now the orange team does something slightly pathetic, but it works in a way. And that is they move their capital mid-battle. They move all the people from the capital. And, you know, they move it to all the way over here. And, of course, with that, we do see the rest of... sorry. The rest of the area of orange over here being, you know, taken. And even a naval landing here, which eventually gets pushed out. And with that, that is the end of that war. So that is all that over here settled with. And next up, we're going to see well, not fully settled over here. We're going to see a few trade deals and borders being reestablished. And that is because we're going to have a, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but 6-way war. Also want to say this province looks kind of bad, I can't lie. I'll deal with that later, maybe, if I remember. But we're going to have these 6 countries fighting each other, all supported by different nations. This cyanish team is supported by this pinkish team here. This team here is supported by the purple team here. This team here is supported by the red team. This team here is kind of, I mean, I guess it'd probably be supported by something like the orange team, maybe. Same with this one, probably supported by the orange team here as well. Or that orange team. But, you know, well, I don't reckon this team will have any support, which is why what we see is a push into the capital here and basically cutting off that. However, we do see this country going ahead and seizing the big blue team's capital, which kind of puts a lot of pressure on them to go ahead and start pushing back into there. Push them back down south a little bit, but they keep control of the capital, whereas this team is going to go ahead while they're distracted and push up, push out, and seize the northern area over here and take back their capital. But in turn, we do see that this team go ahead, take back their capital, and completely wipe out the brown team. And what do we do see? I also want to double check military allies. What military allies? Oh, they're just over there. I'll worry about military allies, and I'll also do rankings in this video. That'll be later. In fact, I'll do that after this major war. But that is what we see so far, and of course, we see the purple team going ahead and pushing even further. I've just turned my screen off. Give me a second. Yeah, there we go. So they push further, and eventually, most of their army is down here right now because they just did a massive push. So they cut that off, and yeah, this isn't going to look good. Now, I did say this was a 5-way war, and that's because we're going to see great push back from this country, and also into this country as well, meaning all countries are now going to be involved, except for the, blue country, because they really couldn't be asked. Until not only does the green country push back and is pretty strong, what the green country does is it makes a deal with the blue team to gain this land as well, to use as a surprising flank on this southern team here, and pretty much this team is going to get basically squashed, and that is until we see a new party getting involved. Now, this war was set between, the 5 nations between, but this island's quite important, so this is basically what the borders is gonna look like for now. I mean, yeah. So, yeah, what we see is new borders being drawn, something like that. If I remove the provinces for a second, I can show you what the new borders are going to look like. Nope, that is not it. Something like that, I think. Maybe something like that. There you go. Okay, yeah. This country is going to go ahead and quickly claim like this little bit of last land here. And right here we have, this country is going to quickly claim back this province here. This country is going to go ahead and claim this. Also, all of that province, these few provinces here. There you go. In fact, yeah, this one can take, the purple team can take that, surely. But that's it, and of course down here, what the hell happened down here? Yeah, you're meant to be purple, mate. Oh wait, no, actually, no, that's the rest of the blue team. Okay, yeah, sorry about that, completely forgot. But this is what the new team, this is what the new, countries are gonna look like down here on this island. And of course, we do see an obvious winner here, being this lime team supported by the blue team. And of course, this team it could get its stuff back, probably, if it asked, but we'll worry about that another time. Now, we are going to worry about 2 things: military allies and power rankings. Now, military allies, you've got this huge country up here, basically the Indian Alliance, excluding this little bit here, Sri Lanka. You've also got this alliance here, which kind of was only here to, mess up this country a lot. But, yeah. So we have that huge alliance there as well. And of course, the borders here are very much, like, if you're around here, yeah, you're cooked. That's like a very dangerous territory to be in, I guess, because, 2 military allies, I guess. And obviously, we're going to have to do some power rankings. So I'm going to quickly make we'll just do rankings, because I kind of need to keep these. We'll do 20 and in black. We'll turn off provinces as well. I'll worry about military allies after, but the number 1 country in the world military-wise is going to be the massive, oh no, I'm using the recon, not the rush, is the massive blue country right here. Second, none other than this pinkish country. Third is purple Australia. Fourth is going to be this country right here. Fifth is going to be this country. Six and 7 are going to be there. So yeah, there's a lot of tension over here. 8. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking wrong here. Hold up, wait. I completely forgot. Two is Korea. 3 is that. 4 is Australia. 5 can go to this country, and 6 can go to this country. 7 to orange, and 8 to this country. Where is it? We'll give 9 to pink Korea, or pink China even. That's the wrong one, isn't it? I've messed up. 9. That is not how you do 9. 9. And lastly, number 10 is going to be this country right here. There you are. There you have it. The military power rankings of the world. Now, okay, in fact, I'm going to rechange the names. Military ranks. And that is because we're going to go ahead and have a new layer. Economic ranks. There you go. Economic ranks. And immediately we're going to see number 1 and 2 being over here in Korea and China. We're going to see number 3 being over here. Number 4 being red. Number 5. Oh no, that's 7. Why did I just write 7 for that? Number 5 over here. Number 6. They've only just started utilizing because they've only just moved their capital over to here. So they're only 6 for now. 7 is going to actually be, where is it? Here as well. We're going to see 8. And last, number 9 is going to be over here. And number 10 right there. So this is the economic rankings. Now the reason I say this, Korea has always been the number 1 in, like, you know, economy and stuff. And with their neighbor being close by, you know, it's pretty easy to make money with each other, you know. They're basically boosting each other's economies really well, and it's also, like, reducing tensions and stuff. And that is why we will talk about, no, not military rankings, military allies, and specifically between a few countries. What we are going to see is, we'll use this color, and we'll use, don't reckon, oh yeah, so, we're going to see the, it's not meant to be that color, is it? It's meant to be filled shape, yeah, like that. We're going to see these countries here, these 2 major countries, go ahead and form their own military alliance. And down here, we also see a new alliance being formed in Australia, being the Parallelogram Alliance. And that is between the purple country. It's not going to be this color. Hold up. I will do that color. So we have the purple, the green, and the blue. And then we also have another alliance forming, which is going to cause some tension. It's going to be the triangle. This green alliance between these few countries here. See, there's a huge, like, working together in this area because, you know, Purple is reaching into this area. This territory seems to be mostly, all this. And the blue team's fine with it. They're the only one fine with, the purple team being here. So they work with them. And purple and green, Australia, kind of work together all the time anyway. So it's kind of easy to make an alliance between them two. Now, we are going to see something huge. And that is the blue, the Cyan team here, Cyan Philippines, are going to go ahead and join the Korean Alliance. Now, why is that important? Well, now, they technically are the strongest alliance in the world. And they can basically do what they want. They can get other countries to go ahead and join them. Like these two. And also, down here. This one. And they also can, if you don't mind me, they can declare war on whoever they please. So when you see the blue team, not like a landing like that, but when you see the blue team land here, in the north, here, and also near the capital, the rest of this alliance is going to go ahead and sort of panic. As, this country is going to go ahead and land here and down here and start taking over a few islands down here as well. And that will be continued in the next episode. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you at the end. I'll see you all in the next episode. Peace.